basketball round 2. I don't know why I said round 2 as if there's like 3 rounds, but basketball again. So the reason I stopped playing in the first place was because I kept getting injured, and I was teaching Zumba classes, and I was like, man, I can't get injured when my living is based off of whether I can actually, you know, use my feet or not. But you know, it's funny, I've talked about this before, but I had aspirations to be a professional player for a while. But it was kind of silly because I was never that in love with basketball. I would never have done the things I do for the vlog and adventure archives, for instance, where I just have to do it. It's a calling, so to speak. But basketball was never a calling for me, but I got so wrapped up in other people around me who, Indiana is like a basketball crazy place. Like, for example, I grew up playing with Eric Gordon. You guys know who Eric Gordon is? He's one of the best NBA players. But Eric Gordon was like 4 years younger than me. So when he was in 8th grade, that was the last time I was ever able to beat him in basketball. You know what? I'll save this story until after I get home. Woo! Wow, dude. You don't play for a long time, you lose some stamina. That was probably an hour of play. I used to play for hours. I guess that's what happens when you completely stop exercising. You know, I don't have to show my failed attempts. I don't really know why I do. I can make it so that every time I throw these, I always make it. Although I do hit it on the first try a lot of times. I don't know about this one. Let's bring it. Here's an uncommon opinion. I do not like Legos. I don't think Legos are bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I just never really found the fun in them. There was like no structure and all the pieces were all mismatched, and I was just like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I don't want to make anything. And that actually extended to when Minecraft first came out. I remember we were playing online and everybody was like building a fort and like building this huge village and like, oh, I'm gonna build this, I'm gonna build that. And it just did not sound fun to me at all. So what I did was I picked a direction and I kept walking to see how far you could go. And then I got lost in the world somewhere and my character died, and then I don't think I ever played it again after that. I don't know, it's just weird. I understand the appeal, don't get me wrong. I totally see why people like it. It's just not for me. We played basketball at the JCC when I was in 12th grade. Eric Gordon was in 8th grade. And there was this guy who would always go around trying to tell everybody how to play basketball. And he was like, you two have to play one-on-one. I was like, okay. So we played full court one-on-one. And I beat him, but it was still kind of iffy. And then the next time I played him, he was like 9th or 10th grade. I don't remember, but I came back from college. Dude, just like, I couldn't stop him no matter what he wanted to do. All he wanted to do was just bust threes in my face. But he would pull up so quickly that I wouldn't even have a chance to react before the shot had already gone in. Anyways, he's a very good basketball player. He had the aspirations. He also had like the physical build for it. He's like 6'5", 200 something pounds. But I've never really felt that way about basketball. The way that other people seem to feel about basketball. I don't know if he felt that way, but his dad certainly felt that way. Anyways, book review. First up, we've got Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. I think I showed this the other day. It's behind the scenes stories about how video games are made. If you have any interest in how video games are made, it is an awesome book. Every single story is interesting. I love seeing the behind the scenes on that type of thing because video game production is such a black box for me. I know nothing about it. Well, I know aspects of it, obviously, but like the programming and how everything works, and I'm just amazed that games ever come together because everything needs to be made from scratch, but the final product is like this world. It's like an alternate world. It's crazy. Other book, The Book of Mythicality. My mom got this for me for my birthday. hilarious. Their writing style matches like their sense of humor and their comedy that they normally do really, really well. And I've only read parts of it, but man, it is really good. Oh, they have a documentary I should check out too. Anyways, that thing right there, that is the Outdoor Vitals 0 Degree sleeping bag. I'm gonna be doing a review on that for the Adventure Archives channel. Finally, it's cold enough now that I can actually go test it outside, which is the final piece of the puzzle that I needed to test it, is I need to test it in actual cold weather before I can really give my final opinion. Long story short, before I do that, amazing sleeping bag, really highly recommended, really good price too. Isn't it interesting how a lot of life, like the things that I rant about on this vlog are just things that I'm trying to unlearn. Isn't that weird? It's like I'm not trying to learn something new. I'm trying to unlearn something that was automatic. Like it's almost like to develop into a full person, you have to learn just a bunch of things. You just do them automatically because that's how you learn things when you're growing up. And then you decide which one of these are worth keeping and which ones you should unlearn. So basically, if you're a parent raising a kid, I don't think you should be too worried about what you're doing. Just do the best you can. They'll unlearn the stuff that you messed them up with. That's one theory anyway. Anyway. Got almond butter on my face. Alrighty, thank you for watching. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Welcome to Zombocom. What can you do at Zombocom?